Hey guys, today we got a new piece of equipment. No, it's not a new RBA. It's RDA, but it's a new top cap for the IGO-W. I believe it also is made for the Nimbus. The only thing I don't like, I'm going to say it right now, the only thing I don't like, it really gets my fleshitis going. Look at that. It's not flush. But, it's a little wobbly. But that can be fixed with some dental floss. I got this in today along with my sample box. That'll be the second video up tonight. Give it a little drip of some juice. Some Yalick. Yalik, or however you want to pronounce it. Yalick. I don't speak Hebrew, so don't know. Or whatever it is. It's got an AFC, which you can adjust via twisting said AFC. I prefer to keep it all the way open. And it's got about an equivalent of 3 mils of air holes on each side. I kind of like it because it distributes the airflow over the coil. Plus, it comes with this badass mega bore drip tip. It also comes with an adapter for your own drip tip, and I'll show you the difference between the two when it comes to vapor production. Now, mega bore drip tip, here's a rip for you guys. Now, albeit this is this is wide the fuck open, so the flavor on it, it doesn't have a very reduced chamber for the top cap at all. Honestly, it's only, see where the bottom of this ring here is? The bottom of that first ring is where the top cap starts. So really, there's not a whole shit ton of space in there, but the IGO-W is never known for its reduced chamber anyway. Banana. But when it comes to performance, it's quite good. We're gonna yank this off real quick. Show you the included drip tip adapter. They all fit real snug. You can yank that top cap off real good. It might just be my O-rings are a little old on the IGO-W. I did use it quite heavily when I bought it. Haven't really used the IGO-W much since I got the Omega. So, plus it's 22 mil. So actually, I think it might be, let me get this wiped off here. It might be a tad wider than 22 mil, but it makes it look nice on a Nemesis clone, or any 22 millimeter mod. It'll look nice on. Honestly, that would look really badass on the Big Nasty. And they call it the keg cap, and it's done by Vapor Craze. Currently, they're out of stock. I got lucky, got one of the last units coming out. It just came in today. Also have a Valkyrie clone coming in, so as soon as that comes in, it's going to be damn good review. I'm going to get really in depth. We're going to get up close on the device, take a good look at it. Also, I want to say one thing is, look at the machining on that. Just precision. I'm going to take another rip, and then I'm going to take the top cap apart. It has two pieces of the AFC. I'm going to show you the threading on it, okay? Really nice bind threads, good quality device. And for it's regular $28. I was able to cut it down to $25.20 with the Vapor Joe's 10% off. But vapor speaks for itself. That wide bore does make a huge difference when it comes to vapor production. That wide bore is big enough for me to stick a 510 drip tip in, no problem at all. I also have a little update on my K-Fun. I've been using Big Willie's custard in it, and believe it or not, I quite enjoy. From what other people have said, they say they like their custard vapes in a K-Fun, and I know why now, because it really brings out that custardy, dessert type flavor. It's delicious. But back to this, one more rip, because it's real nice, real nice. It just got in today, so I'm waffling here. Excuse me. Now, unlike the Omega, you are limited to a dual coil setup. You know, so you're not going to be able to run single coil on your IGO-W, which, you know, IGO-W really wasn't designed for single coil. This is the original IGO-W, not the 4 or whatever. I'm pretty sure it would fit on the 4 and like all the rest of them, but the one that's got the airflow holes in the deck, in the lip, I don't know if that would be the best for it. You might want to just stick with this stock top cap on that one. I believe it's the one that's got like the, kind of looks like a little bell at the top. Designed to, you know, I can't remember, so many damn U'd products. But I'm going to take a little toot here, and we're going to take off that top cap for you, show you a little bit more what it's all about. Juice everywhere. Albeit, ladies and gents, this is with the fan on, so I was kind of, you know, chopping at the bit all day to get to this review. Now, this isn't a deep sub-ohm build. This is like a, I believe it's a 0.6, 0.7, 0.65, 0.7. And what I like about this AFC is it's got an O-ring, so it doesn't slide real bad. A lot of AFCs on top caps will slide around if they don't have an O-ring attached to them. There's the O-ring, and look at how tight those threads are. Those are some tight threads. So, I mean, once you get this AFC ring on there, if you screw it all the way down, it's going to look like a little keg. And I'm always up for, you know, an AFC that allows me to put the cap on. Excuse me here, get this juice out of here. Allows me to put the cap on and keep it on. You know, what I mean by keep it on is keep my juice from running down my mod and whatever I decide to stuff it off in when I'm walking around. Don't make a joke of that. If you do, go ahead, I don't give a shit. Once you get down a little bit farther, come on, top cap. It is a little tight, but that's because the O-ring's new. You know, for you newbies out there, to sub-ohm, airflow is everything, so if you're running a setup like this, if you want more flavor, you know, you just kind of start choking those air holes a little bit. But I mean, as you can see, the quality itself, the steel feels just nice. It's a good color, you know. It's not a high polish. It is, I'd call it more of a semi-gloss. It's not a full brushed though. Does that make sense? But it does look really nice on the Nemesis clone. I mean, that to me looks, that really just, you know, Bob's your uncle, Pam's your aunt, that kind of shit for me. That's really nice. But regardless, out of the few things I have noticed about this top cap that I do not like, you know, other than it's kind of hard on the device to adjust the AFC. Grab this here tissue. The extremely wide bore drip tip really does make a difference when it comes to if you're cloud chasing, you know, if I'm pretty sure if I wanted to throw a super low on build on this, you know, like a 0.3, a 0.25, a 0.2, not really safe, but you know, you have plenty of airflow to keep those coils. I mean, you can see my eye through that damn thing, no problem. I mean, that's a wide bore. You know, your standard, you know, like Kong drip tip, there's your bore. It's kind of small compared to those. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. I mean, that's the adapter. And I mean, look at that. Look at the difference in that. That just that makes a world of difference when it comes to vape quantity. Now, when it comes to quality of flavor, it's a whole different other story. It really mutes flavors, you know, due to the fact it's a, you know, it's the IGO-W. The IGO-W was never known for like really, really strong flavors, you know, coming out of the thing, unless you're putting like fluid in it, or pluid, as some people like to call it. It's fluid, okay? pH. Fluid, okay? But moving on. Just excellent vapor quality when it comes to, you know, the thickness. The throat hit's not, you know, astronomical due to the reduced chamber, the wide bore drip tip. I would say this rivals the JB Steamworks from what I've seen. Okay, when it comes to availability, I mean, when they're in stock, they're in stock. When they're not, they're not. You're not doing a pre-order. You're not fucking around with a company that's middlemaning you. Check it out. You know, Vapor Craze, Vapor DNA also has them. Damn good top caps. Also, you know, the old IGO-W top cap, polished, squared off on the top, you know, doesn't look nice. You can get all the custom top caps you want, but you're still stuck with stock air holes. Now, stock air holes are good if you want to run, you know, kind of boring ass setups. With this, now I have, you know, the appropriate airflow without being stuck with a large air hole for quads. You know, if I wanted to run quads on this, I could easily run quads and have plenty of airflow. This does not get hot whatsoever. I'm going to chain vape this really quick and, you know, touch, you know, the top of my lip to it, and I'm not going to scream or anything because it's not really hot. It does not get hot. I think the bevels kind of act as a heat sink, plus the AFC top cap itself is kind of set apart. You know, there's the threads and the O-ring. That kind of helps set it apart from the actual Addy itself. So it gives you something, even if it did get really hot with a quad on it, it gives you enough leeway. Does that make sense? You know, when it comes to heat transfer. It's not going to be a super soaker build kind of thing with it. I have noticed when I had a fresh battery, this is not a fresh battery, by the way. When I had a very fresh battery in here, it would like to spit out the air holes when I hit the fire button. Let's see if we can get it to do that. There we go. And, you know, that can be kind of a detritus to you if you don't like it, a detractor. If you're not hitting it, there's no reason to push the button, but it's something I noticed because I'll let the Addy warm a little bit because I've got some, you know, some thick twists on this, so it takes a little bit for them to warm up, especially in, you know, kind of a lower battery. So you know, it's damn good quality when it comes to the Delrin tips that come with it. I would like to see them come out with a stainless tip for this, because I would like to see a taller tip, because this is kind of sharp on the lips if you're not touching your lips directly to it. It's not hot, which is good. I mean, you know, 3 pulls on most atomizers are going to get warm. It's a little warm. It's a little warm. But it's not scorching hot. You know, the original IGO-W top cap that I had, I'd hit it 2 or 3, 4 times, and the top cap's going to get hot. And I mean hot. Because the airflow holes I had were about the size of those secondaries on the side there. I think it looks nice. Other people have modded them to where it's one continuous hole. You know, I would like to call this the poor man's Helios. You can easily run quads in an IGO-W as long as you're not running, you know, 24 gauge wire or something like that. If you want, you know, you can venture as far as to drill out those post holes if you wanted to. I mean, it's your device if you want to do that. Let me re-drip this. And this does go through juice like shit through a goose. Forgive me, I've had a few beverages tonight. But this does go through a lot of juice because your airflow allows, okay, airflow is everything when you're trying to chase clouds. If you want good airflow, you normally have to drill it out. Things like this help. When you have good enough airflow, okay, with your top cap off, if you're trying to figure out why bigger air holes work better for better vapor. Watch this, okay. This is kind of like a choked off air hole. You're not going to get a lot of vapor, but if you do this, more vapor because there's more air going over the coils. The more air that goes over the coils, the more juice it can get back there to re-wick, to re-wet those coils to get them, more vapor. Also, when you have a top cap on, it creates kind of a vacuum pressure. So there is kind of a sweet spot to airflow for each individual set of coils. I usually run mine wide open because I'm running super low ohms, and it just every time this shit happens, it's gonna get hot. But let's give it another rip, and I'll rope wind this up. But there's some cloud pouring for you guys. When the Valkyrie comes in, we'll do a review of that. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna put up another video tonight. Some updates on the K-Fun Lite, the original, not the K-Fun Lite Plus, but the K-Fun Lite. Thanks, guys, and see you next time.